Hello, I'm Joanne Turner reporting from Carriers World in London for Total Telecom, and I'm talking to Judy Reed-Smith from Atlantic ACM. Judy, welcome. So first of all, perhaps you want to give us a little bit of an overview about Atlantic ACM as a company.
Well, Atlantic ACM has been in business for 25 years serving the telecom industry. We work for all kinds of companies, and our favorite work is doing strategic consulting, helping people figure out a strategy. We do the deep research to back up the decisions that they're going to make about the strategy.
Okay, great. And you did a brilliant talk here this morning all about the opportunities in dark fibre. So perhaps you can start by sort of giving us a little bit of an overview about dark fibre as a technology.
So dark fiber is a fiber that we're telecom fiber is a glass strand made by Corning Glassworks, or probably there are a lot of competitors now, but they figured out the technology. And so people put these glass strands into a conduit under the ground. And in the 90s, in the US, there was incredible investment in telecom. And when people made a conduit, a duct, which was very expensive, they would put lots of this fiber in because the fiber was relatively inexpensive. So when the crash, the irrational exuberance of the investments led to a crash in 2001, and after that, people could buy this fiber for pennies on the dollar because so much of it was unused. That unused fiber is called dark fiber. In order to turn it from dark to usable, you light it with optometric equipment on each end.
Okay, so this obviously holds quite a few opportunities for the industry.
Absolutely. It's a wonderful, because people are using more and more and more and more and more bandwidth, because the enterprises have admitted that the cloud is the solution. There's no more argument about it. And because we all love our telephones and screens and entertainment, and because the world is turning digital, there are huge opportunities for buying fiber.
Okay, and what sort of sectors are seeing those opportunities?
So the sectors that are the most promising are the typical wholesale market of the carriers and the places that, the hubs for carriers that bring the data together and send them out. So they have always bought and now need more and more. The second opportunity is the enterprise, because, as I mentioned, they're doing cloud, and that includes hospitals, universities, schools, and manufacturing. Really every kind of business now is digitized and requires more and more bandwidth. And then the third and best opportunity is the wireless towers. And the wireless companies are doing a densification, trying to fill an area, particularly the metro areas, with more nodes so that the call is more secure and transmits more easily. So these outdoor nodes, almost all are fed by fiber. And the big, large towers, the macro towers, are increasingly fed by fiber. We believe in our office, we estimate that 25% of them will be fed by fiber by 2020.
Wow, that's a really interesting fact. And so obviously with this comes some real economical financial models for companies.
So the financial models are interesting and vary country by country and regulatory body by regulatory body. There are you can picture the private investment can be high or low, and the public investment can be high or low. And then the regulatory tightness is another variable. And so within those variables, there are infinite models. One is Japan, where the ILEC, the incumbent, works with the government. The government funds it, but it's with the ILEC, and that gets good coverage quickly, but without competition may not be as interesting. Another wonderful model is Sweden, where the government made a fund for metro areas to borrow money at good rates to build their networks, and have built a lot of metro networks. And that's seen by the EU as one of the best models. And then, of course, there's the US, where it was mostly private investment, crashed, sold off, now needed again and building again.
Absolutely. Well, hey, who knows? But, the opportunities are there for the businesses to take them. So a really interesting thing for me was Google. Now, obviously, in terms of that, they're deploying their own fibre networks. Is that correct in the US?
So Google chose several cities, and it's called Google Fibre. And they put wonderful, much higher speeds of internet access at much lower prices. I think it's $120 a month for very high internet access, or $70 just for internet, $120 for internet and entertainment. And they've done or announced 24 cities. They haven't gotten their payback yet, and it's been quite a number of years. They expect to get that payback, and I don't think they're worried about it because they still have quite a bit of cash on hand. But now they are looking at radio frequency models and wireless internet to the home. And if they can figure out that technology and make it strong, it will be huge changes in our networks and our behavior.
Absolutely, certainly one to watch. Well, Judy, it's been interesting. Thanks for your time today.
Thank you very much, Joanne.